Thursday edition of On Sara's Partyline. Here on your Thursday, the 15th of January, we sit at 16 minutes after 9 and 13 degrees. We are welcomed in studio by Nolan Notch. Welcome back to KASM Radio, as well as Megan Herbst, as Megan and Nolan. Welcome in today. Megan, second time here, I believe you said?
Second time, yep. And it's been about a year since I was here last.
Perfect.
So.
Did you draw a short straw? Or John Miley just said, today's your time? Or
he said, today's the day for you.
I like it.
I've got a few things to talk about, so.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that always helps. If it was you and me talking about the weather for 38 minutes, it would get kind of redundant. Nolan, sell any trees?
Yeah, we still got quite a few left over.
Oh, really?
So, if anybody's still looking for trees, our tree sale is still open. It'll be open for a while. So.
When did that open, like around almost Halloween-ish?
Yep.
Okay.
It's been open for a couple of months now, and we usually close it. I think it's within a month or two.
Until the trees are sold out.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do still have some in stock that we sell the day of pickup as well.
Oh.
So it'll go right up until they're
Cool.
picking up the trees.
Nolan, I always know that, the arborist bone in you, you love when people come in and say, gosh, I just don't know. And you go, ooh, all right,
Yep.
let's get to work here. Roll up the sleeves and tell me what you want to do.
Absolutely, you can get a little creative with it.
And anything from trying to, if there's fruit in there or potential for just a different kind of aesthetic view.
Yep.
It's basically you get to just work with them, see how they want their front yard to look.
Yeah, absolutely. You can do it, where you want acorns or berries for wildlife, or if you want something a little bit more pretty, you can do some lilacs.
Sure. What was the most popular? Because I remember when John was here in December, you're out of a few species already?
Yeah, we are. It usually changes every year.
Okay.
Some years
Just trends?
Yep, it trends. Some years it's lilacs sell out really fast. Some years it's hazelnuts for wildlife. It all depends.
You didn't do much ash this year, did you?
Nope.
Was it zero
No
ash? Yeah.
Actually, years ago, we used to sell a lot of ash. That used to be our most popular trees. So.
Yeah. Well, and John, coincidentally, he came in here because I dropped my son off at daycare in St. Martin every day, and he was like, yeah, there's a tree by the bank in St. Martin that's, you can tell the emerald ash bore's kind of making its way from the top. And next time I drove by, or that afternoon, it was like, oh, man, the leaves are, for July, the leaves are gone.
Yep.
That tree is no longer there.
Yeah, when you start losing trees in the summer, it's probably something bad.
And so diversifying is something especially that you guys like to, not all one species, not
Absolutely.
150 the same thing. Mix it up.
Yep, we like to mix it up, especially if you have a disease that comes through and targets a specific tree.
Mm-hmm.
If you have only one tree, it's that tree that's got that pest. It's all
Right.
going to die. So you want to keep your forests pretty diverse. Then you at least have some hope.
So one doesn't rip through the whole thing.
Exactly.
Right there.
Yep.
What are you out of right now?
Geez, that's a good question.
Ooh,
I'd
put him
have
on the spot.
Yep, you
Whoopsie.
did put me on the spot. I think our eastern redbud is pretty low right now. That's
Okay.
our new species that we had for this year. And I think a lot of people like to just try new things, so that's selling out pretty well. And then there were a few species that we sold out as well, but we added a few more back. So usually if we sell out really quick with something,
Let's get some more.
Yeah, we just grab another couple bundles from wherever we order them from. So
Do you see frequent flyers at the tree sale?
Absolutely.
Do people? Oh, really? People
Every
come in
year, yep.
yearly.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
Yep. Sometimes they come in enough to where you know them by name. Absolutely.
Because I would assume if you bought a ton, you'd be set for a while. But I guess if people want to keep diversifying and keep purchasing,
Yep,
they're
and
more than welcome.
if they get into new programs as well.
Sure.
We have a lot of people where we get our programs, we get our plans set, and then we order their trees through us.
Gotcha. And you're an easy guy to get a hold of if they want to talk with you about species or anything like that.
Absolutely. If you guys have any questions or anything with trees, you can always shoot me an email or just give me a call at 320-293-7319.
No extension?
No extension.
Right
That's personal right there.
Oh,
That goes
look
right
at
to
this
me.
guy. Wow.
Yep, it's a personal work phone.
Gosh, the babes are going to be just lining up at the door throwing Nolan texts after today's party line. I can feel it. Megan, after the government shutdown, planning, basically you're trying to drink through a fire hose for a little bit there?
That's a good way to describe it. I do want to go back to the trees, though.
Oh, go ahead.
So
Yeah.
luckily our website is updated as trees sell out.
Oh.
So people, if they're interested in ordering trees, we do have the website available. I just pulled it up right now. So we're sold out of Red Splendor Crabapple, American Plum, and Serviceberry.
Okay.
And I don't know if we'll get more of those in stock or not, but
It is-
that's
'cause it
something
is
they can
later
do
in
is
the-
check the website.
It's later in the game where you guys are probably kind of rounding third here, not adding to the inventory, trying to.
I guess, I don't really know. I think if enough people were interested
Okay,
in a
sure.
specific species and we had enough calls about it, we could maybe talk to other districts to see where they're at. If
Nice.
they've got a surplus, maybe we can look at getting something from them. Or we would refer some of those customers, if they're not too far away,
To a different district.
yeah, to different districts. So,
That's cool to hear too that you guys work. It's like, hey, do you guys have any of this inventory here? We're sold out, and
Yeah.
so kind of on the same team
yeah,
as other
exactly.
people.
Yeah, we're all in it together.
That
So,
works. And about a month and change left on the tree sale, or first
It'll
come.
go, yeah. So pickup is usually the very end of April or the first week in May.
Okay.
I don't know that we've announced the date yet, but
Sure.
postcards will go out to everybody that has an order in. So they'll be well aware of when that date is. It's usually at the Rockville County Park, in Stearns County, of course.
Central location.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
When they purchase, that's great. Then the work begins. Do you help them out with, shade spots and things of that nature?
Yeah, we have a big shed that Stearns County Parks lets us use, which we really appreciate, so we can keep all the trees cool and moist. And then, usually it's about a 2-day affair of sorting trees. We put them all in piles with everybody's names in a bag, and it's fun. It's a good time.
And there's a lot of people involved in getting them
It
all
is.
sorted out because
Yep.
it's a big undertaking.
Yep.
So
It's a lot of trees.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you guys sell last year? I remember they had the figure. It was massive, though. You don't have to give me just a ballpark. It was upwards of a couple thousand, wasn't it?
I mean, I feel like we usually have like 250 or 260 orders in general.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, 25 trees in a bundle. Generally, each order has at least one bundle, but some of them are big,
Yeah.
purchasers. So
A lot of trees.
it's a lot of trees.
That's good.
Yeah.
So keep moving on that and talk to Nolan or even Megan. Sounds like she's got her finger on the pulse of the inventory as well, because spring is a-coming, even though it's 13 degrees out. You have that right around the corner. All right, now, how's it been going planning after the government shutdown?
So, well, we didn't shut down, of course.
Yeah.
Our federal partners were shut down. So we weren't able to work on any federal programming.
Right.
However, the district does have a lot of local funds. We've got a lot of grant sources and things like that we were working on. A lot of cover crop contracts and nutrient management planning. Those types of things were still rolling in. We were busy, and it's taken us a while to catch up. Of course, after the feds do come back, there's a lot of backlog that they need to follow up on. One of the biggest things has been payments, getting the payments out to the producers, especially if they're in what's called RCPP, which is it's a division of EQIP, so it's similar to what everybody is familiar with, that Environmental Quality Incentives Program, but it's a special initiative of funding. And those funds in particular have been really slow to reach producers. They only have about 1 or 2 people working a 13-state area to get these payments out. And so there's a backlog of, it's like hundreds that they're trying to get out. So we appreciate everybody's patience.
Right.
In realizing that, and
You understand
we're
the
doing-
frustration.
Yeah, we understand the frustration, of course. So
And it's basically come as you are, right? You can only do one at a time. It's not like, well, and I'll just mass send out 400 payments here. You got to go case by case. So they're grinding. They're trying to shorten the stack a little bit.
Yep, they'll get there eventually. The
Yeah.
payments will. So
And I would assume you guys have been hearing from producers saying,
have.
what's the scoop?
yep,
Yeah.
we have, and we're trying to relay the information that we're getting. We just found out about this massive backlog probably a week or 2 ago, and that there was really only 1 or 2 people working on all these payments in this 13-state area. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Just go and hang in there is your advice
Right.
to local
Yep.
producers.
Yep.
And they understand too, though. With the shutdown, like this wasn't a blindsided, hey, where's my payment here? Like, well, there's no one to cut the check at
Right.
the moment. So
Yep. But the good news is, if they were working with us on programs and practices, so if they're working with the district on local funds, those payments weren't delayed. We were
Yeah.
able to get all of those out, obviously, and conservation planning just was business as usual for
Good.
us.
Good
So,
to hear. Did you Did things slow down for you with the shutdown?
Not really. No,
good.
We've been working with the HELP grant recently, which is a local funding source. So we have been going full throttle for the last couple of months with that.
Sure. There's no off season really, is there?
Not really. Nope. As soon as you get done with something, you think you're finishing up, and something else comes into play, and you're like, all right, let's go. So
Calendar keeps turning
Yep.
for you. And so like even your opportunity to get out and visit local producers and stuff like that, you still do that in the winter?
yeah, absolutely.
You do?
We're still
Okay.
making site visits. Absolutely. As long as the landowner is willing to come out and talk to us, we're willing to go out there.
I like it.
I love
And
getting out of the office.
I mean, you didn't get into this to sit inside all day.
Exactly.
Like you wanted to be outside. You wanted to get your feet dirty.
Yep.
So
I can stare at a screen when I'm at home. So let's go out.
that's good. That's his screen time after work. Keep the
Exactly.
fresh air during work. When have you made any local visits lately? What's the scoop on the streets right now?
Yeah, we've been doing a couple local visits through the HELP grant.
Okay.
Just trying to do preliminary site visits, trying to see what the land looks like, going out and talking to the landowner, seeing what their ideas are, and trying to make a plan that comes up with what helps their goal, what they want to get to, and then what helps us get the payments through.
Right. 2026 planting seems like a mile away, but it's actually
It's
right around the corner. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yep. So you'll blink and it'll be warm out, and you got to start putting things in the ground. So
And is that where, I mean, because the producers, they know what's coming too. So you know, you're both on kind of the same page of let's not wait on this thing. Let's get a plan in
exactly.
place.
Especially farmers too. I mean, they're always busy, but this is more of their downtime.
Right.
So this is where we try to schedule the site visits to hopefully coordinate with their schedule.
Right. And having the, I mean, diversification and, crop rotation and stuff like that. Is that more on them? Obviously, it's their land. It's their planter.
Yep.
You're just there to kind of lend assistance or maybe some advice?
Yep. If they have any questions, I can, provide as much technical assistance as I can.
Did you hear about Miley in the combine this past harvest?
I did not.
Yeah. John said, well, I wanted to sit in the buddy seat and see what and he was kind of taken back by just the presence of planning and stuff like that. He's kind of new to that game of it from his DNR past, and it was kind of eye opening to me for him to just say like, "Whoa, yeah, these guys have everything planned out years in advance." When he just thought corn, beans, we just point and plant type of deal. So it's good
Typical
stuff.
wildlife guy.
Yeah. Nolan's words, not mine, I swear. So, Megan, Nolan, we have to take a break right now. We have much more to come. Megan said she came with a lot of information, and we're going to hear it coming up in the second half of the hour right here on Sarah's Party Line. We sit at 14 degrees right now in central Minnesota. Party Line brought to you by Wimmer Opticians and Chiropractic Connection. Breaking for news, weather, and markets right now on KASM. Brought to you by Wimmer Opticians and Chiropractic Connection here today. Megan Herbst, Nolan Notch joining me in studio from the Stearns County Soil Water Conservation District. Megan, how long you been there now?
It'll be 15 years in May.
Wowzer.
Yeah.
Is that like a work anniversary? Do you get a 15-year, like a plaque or something?
No. Nope. Just, I think...
Pat on the back.
Pat on the back.
Get to work.
Yep, exactly. So...
Oh,
15
congratulations.
Years makes you feel a little older, I think, too.
That's okay,
and you're like,
though.
Oh, 15 years. Wow.
Did it, has it flown?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard, when you start at a job, you don't know if you're going to be there for like a year, 5 years, 15 years, if you're going to retire from that position. So
Right.
but it's been good.
Are you from Stearns County?
I'm from Benton County.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. So semi-local.
Right. Yep. And my family and I, we live out in rural Benton County, kind of in the Mayhew Lake area.
Okay.
So, yep.
So the trek to work is not
Not too
unbearable
terrible.
by
Right.
any means. You said you had some stuff you wanted to pass along here today.
Yeah, so since we were kind of talking about conservation planning and being proactive, we do have a couple of grants that are available right now for conservation practices, cover crops, residue management. So we're looking at no-till, strip-till, nutrient management, conservation crop rotation, so kind of diversifying that crop rotation, adding a small grain in or adding in a perennial like alfalfa. And then we also have funding, too, for windbreaks. So speaking of the tree sales, we've got funds for those types of practices, windbreak, shelter belt, and also forest stand improvement and conservation cover, which is like adding a pollinator planting. So we do have funds available for that. It's never too soon to start planning. When you think about cover crops, you're thinking about usually, fall, late summer, but we have the funds now. So if you have your fields identified and you know which fields are going to be in soybeans this year, or maybe you've got a silage field that you know is going to be coming off early, now's a good time to be thinking about cover crops and getting a plan put together. And we do have the funds available now. You know, we're anticipating having funding for these practices through hopefully December of 2027, and in some cases December of 2028. But they are on a first come first serve basis, and we have seen a lot of I would say uptick in conservation contracts within the last year or so. So I don't know that the funds are going to be available that long.
Sure.
So if people are interested in it, I think they should contact the office. Something else too that I think is really important, and right now you're seeing a lot of winter application of manure, and whether that's due to a lack of storage or just personal preference, which I don't know anyone that likes to haul manure in the winter though, but whatever floats your boat. We do have, EQIP is our main funding source for waste storage facility structures, but we do have local funds for nutrient management, which would be the actual management practice. So hauling manure, coming up with a fertilizer plan, those types of things. So not necessarily the structure itself, but the actual practice of nutrient management, keeping records and coming up with a plan. So we've got funding for that too.
So a couple of nice options potentially for cover crops in the fall, obviously. And like you had said, nobody wants to haul manure right now. That's not a fun January job, but the opportunity to take advantage of some great potential that you guys have presented right now, and both of which first come, first serve.
So EQIP is we take applications all year round, but we have dedicated scoring and ranking periods. Right now we're in like a scoring and ranking period for 2026. So anyone that's looking to apply for EQIP now would most likely be considered in 27.
Okay.
But that's just something that they should be aware of. So there's never a bad time to come into the office, though, I guess, because those types of practices, the structural practices, definitely take a couple of years to get a plan in place, get a survey done,
sure.
Figure out what the landowner is looking at doing. What is their goal for their farm? Are they looking at expansion? Are they looking at staying the same? It's got to be a system that's going to work for them, especially if, they're hopefully have someone that's going to be taking over the facility, or maybe they're a beginning farmer themselves. So it's something that we want them to be working with for many, many years. So it usually takes some, thought and consideration in coming up with a good plan.
Right. And not just, hey, we're doing this now. It's more of a staged kind of plan being put in place.
Right. So you can come in at any time, but just know that this is a longer process. Mm-hmm. Definitely 2 or 3 year process. The management practices themselves, that's something that we can work on a lot quicker, obviously.
Right.
So.
And like you had said, if you know you're going to go soybeans in a certain field, it'd be almost like, why not take advantage of this right now?
Right. Yeah. Don't wait until the weekend before you want to get the cover crop planted to let us know.
Can I get that out here?
Yeah.
Today? It's not really how it works?
Not usually, because these are contracts, so it takes time to get the paperwork put together. Yeah. There's a series of signatures that have to happen too, so we definitely don't want to get caught behind the 8 ball and try to hurry something up, and that's when mistakes are made too. Or maybe the farmer is like, oh, I wasn't totally sure about that, but now I feel like rushed and I have to make a decision. We don't want anyone in that position.
Right.
So.
Is that a hurdle that you guys have kind of had to jump, for lack of a better term? Someone saying, gosh, the neighbor, this worked for him, and my cousin down the road said this kind of policy or this work was advantageous for them, but I'm not sure. What do you guys do? Is it the sell job then, or you just kind of present them with information and say how this is going to work?
Yeah, present them with information that we have. Try to be upfront with them. Not every system works for every producer every year.
Right.
And everybody's soils are different. Everybody has different challenges with if they've got manure, maybe they don't have manure, whatever type of equipment that they have on site, your tillage operations, all of that, your crop rotation. So, there's no one size fits all approach. And I think it also, you have to take into account what is the amount of risk that you want to assume too in adopting a new practice. So. Yeah.
Nolan, kind of down that same path, like we talked with trees, there's not just a perfect, oh, you should do these and we'll be good to go. It's figuring out, if you have runoff, if you have, sandier soil or something like that, finding that perfect combination to then put the wheels in motion.
Yep, everybody has a different plan, and we try to basically, it's like a puzzle piece that you got to fit in there. So.
Yeah, just and that's what I mean. It'd be really easy for you guys to just stamp something and say, "Yep, this'll work. See you later."
Would make my job easy.
You didn't get into it for that though. You wanted to do some problem solving.
Yeah, I like a challenge.
Exactly. Megan, did you have anything else?
I do. I have a couple of things.
All right.
First is that we do have some, and I think anybody that's irrigating has maybe heard about this opportunity already, that there will be some funding for irrigation water management and improvements to existing irrigation systems. So that sign up is hopefully going to open February 2nd and it's going to run through February 27th. They should definitely contact the office if they're interested in, soil moisture sensors or other irrigation scheduling tools. If they're looking at precision irrigation, including variable rate technology, even if they're just looking to do some nozzle upgrades or some pump upgrades to improve their system's efficiency. We do have hopefully funding for those available starting February 2nd. That's just the sign up that will be taking place February 2nd through the 27th. So once we get those applications in, it'll be just like any other EQIP or RCPP sign up where we're going to be scoring and ranking those applications. So just because they come in and fill out an application doesn't mean that they're going to be offered a contract, but we're hopeful that this funding will go a little bit further than the last RCPP irrigation sign up, which only lasted about a year and a half maybe.
You have no idea. It comes and goes.
We have 11.16 million right now, but it's for 25 counties, and we're hoping that it'll run for the next several years. The goal was to make it run for 5 years, but again, like I just said, it did. The last round of funding only lasted about a year and a half, and then we were totally out. So it's a very competitive, very popular program. But if you've been thinking about making irrigation improvements, shop around. Be progressive and shop around. Get some prices put together. Figure out exactly what you're looking at doing. Talk to your suppliers so that when you do apply, you kind of know. Yep, this is what I'm looking at doing. This is what it's going to cost me. And then when we get the payment rates figured out, we can kind of before signing, sit down with the landowner and say, okay, this is what your estimate says it's going to cost you according to your vendor or whoever you're purchasing from. This is what the program is going to pay for. Are you comfortable with paying for the difference?
Sure.
So it's good. The more information that they have, they'll be more prepared at the time of contracting, and that's what we want to see because we don't want to have contract modifications.
Well, the farmer's going to love a black and white. This is your cost right here. Not we'll see. Mm-hmm. We'll see when that first bill comes through. So it's a better way to kind of get ahead of the curve. Yeah.
We definitely want them to be progressive and making those contacts now. So if it's something that they're interested in.
Is that a popular people take that avenue a lot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So get moving.
Yep. And come and see us February 2nd through the 27th to sign up.
Perfect.
If you're interested.
And then go ahead. Yeah, have at it.
I don't know how much time we have.
You have 11 minutes other than Nolan has one thing to pass along as well.
Maybe I'll pass it over to Nolan.
Make sure Nolan's scratch gets itched here.
Yeah.
Tell me about Pheasants Forever, Mr. Notch.
Yes, I just got one quick announcement for us. Stearns County chapter of Pheasants Forever is hosting its 43rd annual banquet. It's a little bit later this year. It's March 28th, 2026. And this year it's in the Freeport Community Center. So we are limiting 300 people. So get your tickets while you can.
Nice.
Because if it sells out, you're kind of SOL on that.
Where do you get tickets?
You can go online on the Stearns County Pheasants Forever website, or you can email stearnspf@gmail.com.
Gotcha.
It is, like I said, we can register early, and doors open at 5 o'clock. One thing this year is our grand prize that we are doing a raffle for is a 2025 Polaris Sportsman, four-wheeler. And tickets are $10 a piece for that.
Awesome.
And then one other thing is that the Pheasants Forever chapter of Stearns County, we have a new Facebook page. Ours somehow got deleted, so we had to make a new one. So,
okay.
You can look up on Facebook, Stearns County chapter of Pheasants Forever, and follow us.
Sure. Always fun when social media decides to say, hey, you don't have a page anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I went and looked for it one day, and it was completely gone. Don't know where it went.
Hey, we just don't have that anymore.
So if you were following our old one, please make sure to go and follow the new one.
Like and follow the new one.
Yep.
Dennis Fuchs going to be there?
I think he will. I'm going to make sure he is.
I saw a Snapchat of him this past weekend ice fishing. That beard is long.
He looks like Santa Claus.
He does. He looks like Santa. He used to have, it was nice and tight. Now it's... I don't know if he wants to join ZZ Top or something or what.
You
But
retire for a few months and you really let yourself go.
yeah, Europe really paid a toll on him, I guess. So okay, and the date on that Pheasants Forever.
It is March 28th for the
So
banquet.
it's a first come first serve for 300.
Yep.
So get your tickets.
First come, first serve at the Freeport Community Center.
Get your tickets now. So, and win a 4-liter.
Yeah.
A 4-wheeler
Who doesn't want
potentially.
a new 4-wheeler?
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, exactly. All right, Megan, what do you got yet?
All right. So one thing I do want to talk about that's coming up at the Waite Park Park Event Center on February 3rd is the Women in Ag Conference. And this has been in Waite Park the last couple of years. I think this is the third year now that they've had it at the Park Event Center. It's a really unique conference because it's geared toward women, and most of the content is presented by women. It's a one-day conference, and they really want everyone to feel, comfortable in attending. So if you have like a newborn baby, or maybe you have to bring your kids with you, that's okay. They still want you to come and try to get something out of the conference.
Sure.
It's a really cool event. Our office has been at it the last few years as well. We'll have a table there. A lot of good content going on this year. They've got like a make and take cover crop station. So basically you'll come and put together your own cover crop mix, based on, what you're wanting a cover crop to do for you. Or maybe you just want to try and see what some of these things look like because you've never seen Ethiopian cabbage or sun hemp before. And so it's a good opportunity to put a cover crop mix together and get it planted either in the field or in your garden and just kind of see what it does for you. But they also are going to have a panel of speakers that's going to kind of start the day on February 3rd and talk about how they grew their business is basically what it is. So like the theme of this year is building your business, starting strong, scaling smart, succeeding strategically. So the goal is to bring farmers and some agency folks too will be there, of course, and anybody that's in ag business. So a lot of the lenders are there, bringing everybody together and kind of, share proven strategies, practical tools, and then hopefully some inspiring stories too for launching and maintaining resilient farms and agribusiness venues or ventures, I should say. So really cool one day workshop. Hopefully everybody can make time for it. The cost is $125 to attend, but that does include all of the meals and the refreshments during the breaks. So
That's February 3rd?
February 3rd. Yep,
and
coming
in
up.
Waite Park?
In Waite Park at the Park Event Center.
Is it always there?
It's been there for the last few years.
Okay. Nice central location.
Yep.
Nice. So, are you going?
We are going. I'll be there, and then several women from the office will also be there.
And is it strictly women? There's a girls rule, boys drool sign on the door? Or?
Well, it is mostly women that attend, and
Okay.
I know last year they converted the men's restrooms into women's restrooms for the day because when you
was
have
all
all
women.
the women and you need to use the bathroom. But I did see a statistic that about 10% of the attendees are men, so it's not just women only. So if a woman wants to come and she wants to bring her husband or her son with her,
Sure.
that's totally okay. So the group is very inclusive. They want everyone to know that, regardless of gender, race, religion, come on down. And so
Yeah. Is it when you go at the park, is it basically the opportunity, like you said, bring your kids? Because they don't want to box anyone out. Who
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot
Was
of
there a lot of kids running around? I guess is what I was trying to ask.
I don't know. I don't think there was a lot of kids running around because usually, the people that are attending, they want to get something out of it. There definitely were babies there.
Okay.
Saw a lot of kids in like the, the wearable, the Moby wraps and things
Sure.
like that. Couple of strollers.
Yeah.
So, yep. And if you feel like you can't come for the whole day, maybe you have to get home to, get your kids off the bus, or you can't come in the morning because they're still doing morning chores.
Yeah, you got
milking.
PM preschool or something like
Yeah,
that.
right. I mean, still try to come for a part of the day if you can.
Is
So
it-
it's a great networking opportunity,
Yeah.
and to meet other women that are, in the same line of work. Last year we had over 200 people there, or 200 women attend, and a good chunk of them, like over, 50% are landowners, farmers. A lot of times at these things you see a handful of farmers and then everybody else is agency or
Yeah.
government or university staff. That's not the case with this workshop. It's
Sure.
a good variety of people.
A mix of producers,
Yes.
extension,
Yep.
you guys. Cool. Is there a cap on, is this a get your tickets now if you're really interested in going, or they're not really going to turn anyone away.
I don't think that they'll get to that
It's a
point where
big
they're going
venue.
to turn people
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge venue. And the food is really good.
What's on the menu?
I have no idea.
We got burger time right in the parking lot right there. So
Yeah, I think last year we had like a pasta bar, one of the meals
wow.
or something. I mean, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's worth your time to come on down.
I saw there's a link for purchase. I just Googled it quickly. It was on the extension website. Do you guys have a
Yes.
link as well on through your website? Otherwise, just U of M extension.
Yes, you could just Google Women in Egg Conference.
That's what I did. Yep.
And it'll bring you right there. Otherwise, I do have an actual website. If people want it, it's z.umn.edu/WAGN 2026. Otherwise,
I'll write that down.
Okay.
Or I'll just Google Women in Egg.
or just Google Women in Egg. Yeah.
Perfect. That is that's coming up Tuesday, February 3rd, right around the corner, 8 until 3:30 at the park in Waite Park. Is that it, Megan?
That's all I had. Yep.
You got them all. There we go. And you got them all?
I'm all good.
We didn't even talk Pearl Lake Laker baseball, and we got to 3 minutes before 10.
We can if you want to.
You're calling state championship this year?
I don't know. We'll see.
That's good. I love it. That's coming around the corner, too.
Yeah, it is.
Won't be long. Megan, you guys are easy to get a hold of. If anyone had heard anything, wanted to talk Women in Egg, wanted to talk potential cover crop, just give you guys a buzz, right?
That's right. Yep. Our main line is 320-251-7800, extension 3, and that'll get you to the SCD, or Stearns Conservation District, or NRCS, which is our federal partner.
Perfect.
So.
And I mean, business hours as normal. You can walk by if you're in St. Cloud, wanted to talk.
Yep.
You can come to the office.
8 to 4:30. So some of us are there a little earlier, some of us stay a little later, but yeah, general hours are 8 to 4:30 Monday through
There's
Friday.
no concrete construction around your office anymore. That's all completed, or are they still working? Your eyes kind of moved there.
There's
always
some
doing
building
something?
remodeling that's going on still. I think we're going to have some painting happening in some of the conference rooms, and then our office is supposed to get repainted. I think perhaps a couple of windows are getting replaced.
Sure.
So
General
yeah.
upkeep.
General upkeep, but no major construction, as far as I know.
Well, there was a couple summers there where they were sent to different doors and stuff. I think they reconcreted or did a parking lot or something like that. But as of now, it's the main entryway.
It's the main entryway on the south side of the mall.
Gotcha.
So yeah, before you could park on the other side that was facing like 2nd Street.
Yeah.
Now you can't anymore because that's all enclosed.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Child and all the other businesses. So you got to go around to the south side of the mall to park.
Come
and
right
come
in.
in through the main door.
Perfect.
Back there. Yep.
And then tree sale right on the website,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Otherwise, give you a call.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, guys. Megan, Nolan, enjoy your vacations, and then enjoy the remainder of your day. Okay.
All right. You as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Megan Herbst, Nolan Notch with me here on Partyline from the Stearns County Soil Water Conservation